But we're going to move on to another question here.
Okay. Thank God.
So, this question is, not all panelists have. Yeah. I think this one is specifically for Mr. Byrd and Mr. Goldberg. Could you address just real briefly, just 2 minutes, the scientific evidence regarding whether or not you can or can't change your sexual orientation? Mr. Byrd.
I don't claim to be a scientific expert at all, so I'm not going to, give you. I'm not a statistics person. I can tell you from my own experience and having spoken with lots of folks who have struggled with and have come out as gay and lesbian and all of that. I think you can do your own research if you go online as much as I do and see all the scientific institutions that are out there. It's overwhelming that it is not a choice, that it is something that you are born, whatever your sexual identity is. And we struggle with the harm that does. I can tell you the harm that it did me those years that I was trying to deny it along those ways. So for me to try to change myself, and with God's help, praying and praying and praying, forgive me, change me, forgive me, change me, the transformation came when I finally was able to accept, hey, it is not wrong for me to be gay and to live openly gay in a committed relationship. That's consistent with how I see the Scriptures. And so to have that revelation, again, you can go and look up the research and see online, but the evidence is overwhelming. And I know some people probably disagree with me on that, but I know that it's there and overwhelming from the medical side and the scientific one as well. And we have to be careful because it's very easy to skew those. Again, whether it's picking and choosing scriptures, sometimes certain organizations pick and choose scientific data, and we have to be very, very careful that we look at a very balanced and the integrity of the organization, the honor and the honesty of that organization as well.
The fact of the matter is that the scientific evidence and my own personal experience, and having done this work for 11 years, indicates that people indeed can change. Not everybody can change, but most people who are motivated to can. And what we're talking about is not repression. This is a lot of the mythology is you're simply trying to do is repress what you do, but it's a true transformation of your inner being. And the truth is that even the APA, the American Psychological Association, who said several years ago, oh, this is purely biological, that whole kind of thing, a recent vintage, last year or two, basically backed off of that and said, well, it's a complex interaction between the idea of nurture and nature. So because there are more and more information coming out, clear studies that show that people can change, and frankly, the personal testimonies of people like Frank and Christine, who basically said, I've been there, I've changed. So are you going to deny the very existence of these two people by saying that they didn't change?
Some of the authors of those studies, though, also say that their studies being used to say that people can change would say that their very work was taken out of context. I read that.
We're running short on time, so we're going to move